Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Myra Ansari here for Wave Now. Hope you're having a good Wednesday so far. We are going live to Bardstown right now, where Governor Andy Beshear is on a tour right now, encouraging folks to get out and vote. Election day is Tuesday, November 7th. So he's making a stop in Bardstown right now at Scout and Scholar Brewery. He just got to the location. Want to bring you his remarks that he's making live here on Wave Now.
All right, folks, we're going to kick it off. Hearing from a great two-term governor, Steve Beshear.
Thank you. I really appreciate you being here, and I want to let you know that in my mind, Andy Beshear is probably the second most popular and best governor that Commonwealth ever had. Actually, he is the best governor that this Commonwealth has ever had. Folks, in 2019, our state was crying out for help and crying out for leadership. And when we got Andy Beshear and Jacqueline Coleman, we really showed them what leadership is all about, didn't we? They have stepped up. And they have led Kentucky forward. They've been honest. They have been empathetic. They have been caring about every single Kentuckian. And that's what we need in this state and in this country, are people that put the people over themselves. And that's what this team does. I want to introduce one of the members of this team that's going to be our next Commissioner of Agriculture, Sierra Lowe.
Thank you, Governor Beshear. As Governor Beshear said, my name is Sierra Lowe, and I'm running to be your next Commissioner of Agriculture. And I want to say thank you to everyone in Nelson County for being out here today, because this is my home turf, and I'm glad to see you turn out to help support this ticket. I'm proud to introduce you to everyone on the ticket, but I want to start with Rocky Atkins, who is going to kick off our discussion today. A great representative of this ticket and great supporter of Governor Beshear, and he's really successful in this ticket.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Are you guys fired up and ready to go? Are you in it to win it? You believe this fight's worth fighting? We are in the last few days of this campaign. Tomorrow starts early voting. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, early voting, and then we ended up on November the 7th, Election Day. Are you going to help this ticket and this governor and lieutenant governor get over the finish line? As you all know, this governor and lieutenant governor has provided unprecedented leadership over this last 4 years. They have brought unprecedented economic development and job creation all across this great Commonwealth of Kentucky. This team of Governor Andy Beshear and this Lieutenant Governor of Jacqueline Coleman have stood the test of time. They have carried Kentucky through these difficult times and brought us this economic success all across Kentucky. So if there's ever been two individuals that have earned more playing time, that have earned the right to be reelected as our governor and lieutenant governor, it's these two folks standing behind me here today. Let's hear it from you. Are you going to do your part? This campaign will be one on the ground, folks. It'll be one in the trenches. It'll be one door-to-door, eyeball to eyeball, family member to family member, friend to friend. Are you going to do your part? Well, let me give you someone that I know you're proud of. Someone who has been a great teacher, a great coach, and the greatest lieutenant governor. I give you Jacqueline Coleman.
Hello, Bardstown. It is so great to be back here with you all, and I want you to remember, I was an assistant principal at Nelson County High School when Andy Beshear asked me to run with him. And we've got one message that we want to make sure we send loud and clear, and that is when you attack public education in the Commonwealth of Kentucky, you will lose. And here's the team that's going to make sure that we get across that finish line on November 7th. This is the team that we need to send to Frankfort to give Andy Beshear all the help that he needs to keep moving Kentucky forward. First, we've got Mr. Buddy Wheatley, your next Secretary of State. You know this guy, and we'll get back to him in just a minute, okay? We have Michael Bowman, the next state treasurer. And Colonel Pam Stevenson, your next Attorney General. Ladies and gentlemen, I've coached some good teams. One of them happened to be right here in Nelson County. And let me tell you something, this is a great team. This is who we need fighting for us in Frankfort every single day. And now I give to you the best governor in this country, your governor, Andy Beshear.
Folks, in 2019, we came together, we shocked the world, and we beat Matt Bevin. And in 6 days, we're going to beat Daniel Cameron, too. Folks, I am grateful you are here on a Wednesday afternoon, the day before early voting begins. Grateful that you take your time to support this ticket. Grateful that you see the potential that is in front of this state and where we can go together. And I'm grateful that you've stuck with us these past 4 years. You think about everything we have been through together, a pandemic, tornadoes, flooding, windstorms, ice storms, yet here we are with more potential in front of us, more enthusiastic, more optimistic, and I am more hopeful for our future than ever before in my lifetime. Just think, we're coming off our 2 best years for economic development in the history of the Commonwealth of Kentucky. We've set our lowest annual unemployment rate, our lowest monthly unemployment rate, and our longest period of low unemployment. We've got our 3 biggest budget surpluses in history, which means we have plenty of money to give our public school educators the giant raise they deserve. What it means is we have the funding to finally have universal pre-K for every child in Kentucky. What it means is that we can keep investing in infrastructure, in clean drinking water, in those things that push every family forward. Folks, we're getting national attention, the likes of which I've never seen. Number 2 in per capita economic development. Number 3 in the creation of rural jobs. Number 5 in how we're investing in infrastructure. Number 5 in bringing prosperity to our people. But for the first time ever in that ranking, number 1 in our region, beating out these 2 states called Tennessee and Texas. How about that? And folks, I think we're at this point because this ticket, yes, we run as proud Democrats, but we realize the moment you win, you take that hat off and you serve every single family in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Every one. I think we're at the point that we're at because we recognize that a good job isn't Democrat or Republican. A new bridge isn't red or blue. That clean drinking water is a basic human right or how transformational it's going to be when I'm the governor that gets high-speed internet access to every home and every business here in Kentucky. It's a message of unity.
of us stopping fights between neighbors simply because of a box they checked behind their name when they were 18. The fact that most things that families care about aren't bipartisan, they're nonpartisan. And that we shouldn't be moving a state to the right or the left, but moving it forward for every family. That's not what you hear from the other side, is it? That's not what their commercials are showing you, are they? No, what you're seeing is fear and anger, division, even encouragement for you to violate that golden rule and for one Kentuckian to hate their neighbor. Listen, this race is about us. It's about Kentucky, but if we can send one message to the rest of the country, it's that anger politics should end right here and right now. And here we are today once again in Bardstown, the bourbon capital of the United States of America. And here we are just one day before early voting, 6 days before this election is over, meaning we need every minute and every ounce of energy you have over the coming days. We need you to encourage people to vote early, make phone calls today, send texts. We need you to continue to knock doors over the weekend all the way up to the end of the polls on Tuesday. Folks, we won by 1.5 votes per precinct the last time. So everything you do, every tough conversation, every text, all of it matters. So you're ready to do the work? Are you ready to knock the doors? Are you ready to beat Daniel Cameron? Are you ready to win this election? Let's get out there. Let's win, and let's build the Commonwealth our kids truly deserve. God bless. Thank you all very much.
Which mountain take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia.
All right, thank you. Thanks for being here. Outstanding.
And I took an argumentative class.
Yes.
Yesterday's class, we watched the debate between you and.
Yes. How'd I do?
Really good.
Thank you.
We took a tally. We took a tally of how much the camera talked about Joe Biden.
Did your arm get tired?
Yeah.
Good to see you all. Thanks for coming out. We'll be on campus here soon.
Oh, perfect. Okay. We moved to the right during the
Yes, ma'am. Oh, thank you. We did it together. We did. Thank you. Thank you. Very grateful. I'm glad you're here in Kentucky.
I know. I'm so excited to hear you.
Thank you. Good to see you. Yes. It's good to see you all again. Nice to see you again. It's a big crowd. Yeah. Can we get one more picture? Here we go.
Got it. I'm just so excited.
Thank you all for being out. Thank you. Hey, buddy. Good to see you.
I was going to see the other day, baseball.
Oh, yeah.
Over there.
Oh, yeah.
Behind them.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm so excited. I want to say something.
Well, you all got the better of us in that game. Yeah. Tell them good job.
That was
tell them good job.
Okay, thank you.
Very good. I'm good. How are you? I will not. I will not. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming. We'll get this done together. How are you, man? Nice to see you. Barbara? Yes, ma'am.
Cheese. Smile at the camera right here, Mama.
All right. get this done. All good years.
All good years.
Yes, ma'am.
And after that,
Let's put this one first.
I know.
All right. Well, give me 4 days.
She's got big plans.
Give me 4 days of sleep after you watch it, and we'll talk.
Okay. You wanted
All right. Good to see y'all. I think she's doing an interview.
Mama, yes. No, we want you for president. We call you one of the networking program. Yes.
We're going to get this. The energy is exciting, and that's what we need.
I just wanted to tell you that one day you'll be up there.
Let's win this one first.
I know, but I told your dad, I can see you up there.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you.
You're wonderful.
I'll do my best.
You did a good job.
Thank you. We're doing it all together.
We did most of it.
Thank you. Thank you.
I know the two Republicans that were voting.
Outstanding. Let's keep pushing.
Great job. They're not too negative.
No, we like the positive. Did you see the one my family that we're in with?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. That's pretty neat. I wanted to make sure. Yeah. That's why we do what we do.
I'm really
Thank you. Thank you. We'll get it done. All right. I hope you're right. That's why we're working so hard all the way up until the end. So thank you.
We're just so grateful for you.
We're grateful for you.
No, we're grateful for
Now, lots of good things to come. Thank you. Yep. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. You're ready. All right. Unless you want to do the interview. Say, look, do you have a little water? Give me just a sip. It's the right time to be losing my voice. Sir, how are you? Hello, everybody. All right, let's just go ahead.
Governor, what's the one message that you want to have for voters before the voting starts?
Well, first, go out and vote. Early voting starts tomorrow morning. While most states restricted voting rights, we expanded it by 3 days. So people need to get out there and exercise their most fundamental democratic right and vote. As far as this ticket, just look at what we've been through and look at what we've accomplished. We are on an economic win streak, the likes of which the Commonwealth has never seen. That's creating more opportunities for our kids and our grandkids. And I think what we all want in life is to leave a better Commonwealth and a better country for the generation after us. We're getting it done.
Governor, earlier today, your opponent said, and this might have been a reiteration, but your opponent had said that you want no limits on abortion. And I can have you respond to that.
Since I started running for Attorney General 9 years ago, I've been consistent that I support reasonable restrictions on abortion, especially late-term procedures. The fact that he continues to say something that is untruthful and dishonest shows how concerned he is with where he is on this issue. We have the most extreme law in the country, where victims of rape and incest, some as young as 9 years old, have no options. And sadly, he supported that law, and he does not support exceptions. He was given 12 times during debates to look at a camera and say, I think a 9-year-old raped and impregnated, likely by a family member, deserves to have options, and he wouldn't do it. That's way too extreme for Kentuckians.
What's the biggest difference between this time around compared to the last race for governor?
Well, this time we are seeing bigger crowds, more energy all across the Commonwealth. So many people view this not as my campaign, but our campaign. Not my administration, but ours. We have people of every political party that are coming out to these, in every group. There are Democrats, Republicans, and independents. And I see more and more people saying we're tired of the D versus R, the red versus the blue. We're ready to vote for a person, and boy, if we can do that here in Kentucky and start doing that across the rest of the country, maybe we'll start talking to each other in a different and a better way. The world can certainly use that.
The Cameron tour today focused a lot on transgender issues, as most of it, and you focused on education here. What do you think of their strategy?
Well, I think that we have seen tens of millions of dollars of just gross commercials on television. I have parents that say, the Attorney General says my kid shouldn't be exposed to something. And they weren't exposed at school, and they weren't exposed in a library. They were exposed through the very commercial that he put on television. Listen, I'm running to be a governor of all the people. Every child is a child of God and deserves to be treated with dignity and respect. Like I've always said in response to Senate Bill 150, I oppose gender reassignment surgeries for minors. But otherwise, let's make sure that parents make difficult medical decisions for their kids and not big government.
The former president endorsed, again, vocally, your opponent here yesterday. Did you get a chance to see the video and your thoughts?
I haven't, but this race isn't about any race for the White House. It's about what's going on in homes all over Kentucky. Listen, I'm running for something, a better life for our families. My opponent is running against someone, me. People deserve a governor who will run talking about how they will create a better life, and in this instance, have a track record of doing it. People are going to go to the polls and vote for Andy Beshear and Jacqueline Coleman because of the 2 best years for economic development ever, the lowest unemployment rate we've ever seen, the 2nd and 3rd best years for wages, the national attention we're getting, becoming the electric vehicle battery production capital of the United States of America here in Bardstown, because we had the best year for bourbon in history last year in terms of investment and visitors to the Bourbon Trail. We had the best year for tourism ever last year. There are exciting things going on that improve people's lives, and my opponent knows that. And that's why he's trying to confuse people talking about the White House.
Time for one more question, everybody.
What lessons do you think your race has for Democrats in other, competitive states, even red states?
Well, I hope the lesson to Democrats or Republicans is work hard, do a good job, try to be a good person, and care about everyone. It doesn't have to be that complicated.
I want to share
I've read about it. I haven't seen it.
Do you have a message for Eastern Kentucky? I know that was the big tragic news out of today, the coal plant here.
Yeah, so the collapse today at that coal processing facility that was being pulled offline is really tragic. 2 people were inside. We know that one has already passed away. They're still searching for the other. There's not a lot of hope, sadly. So there's going to be 2 families, 2 communities that are hurting badly today. We need to wrap our arms around them, let them know that we love them and stand with them, not just in the days and the months, but the years to come.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Perfect. All right. Hold my hand. Thank you. All right. I like that. You're right. Thank you more. You. Appreciate you. Thank you. Sure. Thank you all. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Hey, good to see you. Thanks for being here for us. All right, we're going to win this thing. Good to see you. Thank you. That is how we win, right there. I appreciate it. Yes. Oh, let's do it. Stay there.
No, actually, was no surprise. Someone came in. He came in and actually know who
All the sound we're getting is good. It's good. Good stuff. It's so spontaneous. It's really showing his personality. It's good.
Where's the governor? Where do you go? It's not. I'm too old. You don't get tired. In my free time. Is there anybody you don't know?
Well, yeah. I don't know him. How you doing? David Mattingly. Thanks, baby. Good to meet you. Thank you very much. Good to see you in person. What's